Hi Diamond Divas, this is Wanda from Wanda's Workbasket for all things creative and crafty with a little bit of encouragement mixed in. A little less chit chat today and more on My Friend Fear by Miralee Patel. Right now I am continuing working on my mother's belated birthday and Mother's Day present. This is one of the wreaths from You Are Best Deals, and in my last video, my whip and chat with this, I explained how the drills were a bit messed up, how I got my own orange drills here instead of the blue ones that they gave me for sunflowers. I mean, seriously. But all the other colors are fine. I did have to number the end ones that were given a letter in the packet, but a number on the wheel here. So, and this is the Four Seasons Birdhouse edition. So I think I am still moving on with the fives. Yes, I'm on the daffodil and the lilies of the valley for the spring. Now I'm going to move you in a bit here. Or let's go to our My Friend Fear first. I can show you the page is better in this distance, at this distance. So, Miralee Patel, My Friend Fear, page 52. Lying in bed was safe. The ceiling fan spun. I knew exactly what would happen next, how this day would turn into tomorrow and then the one after that. Sometimes fear is imperceptible, a ghost that sits quietly next to me. Sometimes it looks at me and I can see right through it, see how it tricks me into believing in something that isn't really there. Other times, fear is the dust on my ceiling fan, dark and rooted, deeply hoping that I'll never acknowledge it. I wonder how long before the inability to accept myself and my body would become a memory, an unrecognizable face, someone I used to know. Wow. I wondered how long before the inability to accept myself and my body would become a memory, an unrecognizable face, someone I used to know. Well, that's interesting, because I'm almost 60 and I haven't felt that distance between me and the fear I have with about my body. Okay, so chapter 4. Say hello to fear. Page 55. We are not alone in our fears. Look around you. Every person you see is afraid of something. Some are small fears, losing our keys, and some are large, losing a loved one. But they live inside each one of us. Many of the fears we carry are justified, but many, many more begin as reasonable concerns before quickly evolving into irrational beasts. Our brain is designed to protect us. It doesn't always know the difference between facing a hungry shark or saying hello to a stranger. It's up to us to teach it the difference. Oh, I like that. Yes. Fears evolving from justified into irrational. I heard the saying, and maybe you have too, that you cannot keep a bird from landing in your hair, but no. Okay, this is real life, people. Let me remember. You can't help a bird from landing on your head, but you can keep it from making a nest there. In other words, you can't help if all of a sudden you are afraid of something, or if you feel anxiety, and you can't help that. That's your body's reaction to whatever's going on around you, okay? You can't help that. What you can help is you can stop it from becoming bigger and, come on, you can keep it from evolving into something awful. what I like to do, one of the little art projects I like to do when I'm feeling that way, when I'm not sure if it's justified or irrational, what I like to do is get a piece of paper and just, now I'm not an artist in that way, so, but I do sketch out something that may look like fear. Like what I think that the thing I'm fearing is. And then, I mean, it'll start out small, maybe just, let's see, maybe just a small thing. And I'll put a piece of tracing paper over it. Draw the little thing again. And then as I'm thinking about, all right, well, what if this does happen? What next? What next? What next? What's the next worst thing that can happen? What's, you know, take it to its climax. Okay, what are you really afraid of? Are you really afraid of the tunnel? No, I'm not afraid of tunnels, but I am afraid of driving through them. Well, why? Well, I get anxious. Okay, why do you get anxious when you drive through tunnels? Because I'm thinking about all of the weight of the rocks and stuff over my head. Okay, why is that a problem? Because they've shored it up really nice and sturdy. It's been here for X number of years and it hasn't fallen. They fix it up all the time and check on it. So why is that a fear? Well, I think about all that tons and stuff of rock falling on me and what would happen if I got trapped, you know, in it. What would happen if a car or whatever were coming the opposite direction and not being careful and runs into me, and kind of like the Princess Diana thing. You know, okay, well, what's the worst that can happen then? Okay, I have broken bones or whatever, and I'm taken to the hospital. All right, what's next? Well, I might, you know, have to have surgery. All right, well, you've had surgeries before, right? And as all these things are happening in my mind, and I'll continue with that line of thought in a minute. As all those things are happening in my mind, I'm also drawing the little nuisance thing that I was drawing. I'm making him into a bigger monster. A bigger monster. Bigger and bigger and uglier and on the tracing paper. Yeah. It doesn't matter, either on the tracing paper or the original paper, as long as you have a copy of the small one, the small fear. Anyway, so I continue that, and my monster on the page gets bigger and bigger and bigger as I'm thinking these things. So, that's upside down. So then, I'm thinking, all right, well, I'm in the hospital, I have to have surgery. Yes, I've had surgeries before. I don't wake up well from anesthesia. Yes, but you've always woken up from anesthesia before. Yes, that's true. And I just wake up feeling and not remembering whether the doctors talked to me or not, or, all right, well, the doctors always come back in to talk to you, right? Yep. Yeah, they do. All right, so no worries there. Your insurance has always covered it. Yes, true. I don't have a huge bill when I'm out. It's always been taken care of in one fashion or the other. All right. So then what's the worry? Well, I guess I worry that I won't come out of anesthesia, or that I would have died I would have died. Okay, so our worst fears are usually death. And or being hugely embarrassed in front of our family or friends or something like that. So by that time, I have a huge monster on my page. Ugly, big teeth, or however you personify the fear that is within you. And I look at this monster and I think, this is just a paper monster. This is just, you know, I remember that 90% of the stuff we worry about never happens anyway. And I remember all the times that I have driven through tunnels and nothing's ever happened, that everything's sturdy. Not saying that a freak thing wouldn't happen eventually, but... And I'm not really afraid of dying either. If that's the worst thing I can think of, I'm not really afraid of dying. I just don't want to because I'm too curious. I want to see what happens in the world. I want to see all these neat things that come up as we grow as people. I don't want to leave before... I want to leave before my grandkids and all that, but I want to live a long time. So, and that was upside down, and I got glue, full of glue. Come on, you. So, yeah. That's that. And then, at the end of all that, I then take the piece of paper with the big monster and I start thinking about ways, you know, even more ways that won't be so. To make it smaller. And I start erasing. Erase and erase and erase. Or I tear the paper into pieces as I'm thinking, I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. I'm not worried about this. Not really. I'm not anxious about this. What's the worst that can happen? This, that, or the other thing, you know? And as I'm thinking about how the things I fear are not going to happen or haven't happened before, then I tear the monster. Make it smaller, make it smaller, make it smaller. Or erase it and erase it and erase it. Till I'm back to the first little nugget. Now, looking at the first nugget of my fear, the original, I say, was that all that bad? Was this little monster all that bad? Is there something I really need to be anxious about? Is there something I can prepare for? Okay, then I'll be ready for this little monster. Right? I'll be ready for this little monster. If anything should happen. By that time, I mean, like if I'm doing this, thinking about a vacation or whatever, and I get to a tunnel and I start freaking out with those fears, I think about the little monster. And by the time I'm done thinking about all that, we're out of the tunnel. You know what I mean? I would have driven through the tunnel already. So, you know, I think we worry about way too much. We are anxious about things that never happen. And I think it seems to shorten our lives the more we think about those type of things. If we think about the positives, you know, either pray for or be thankful for the skilled engineers and craftsmen and laborers that put that thing together, that built the tunnel, that made it so sturdy over all these years, that has, you know, just be thankful that you didn't have to drive entirely over the mountain and back down the other side. How much longer would that have taken? How much more wear and tear on your vehicle would that have done? I mean, there's so much to be thankful for every day. So turn your little monsters into thankfulness. They can get big in our heads, but we remember how small they really are. And be thankful for things instead of being afraid of them. I'm going to have to remind myself of that one. When my next anxiety comes. So yeah. I guess that's the one way that I make friends with fear. Right? How do you do that? If you come up with anxiety, how do you handle it? In previous videos, I've talked about a relaxation technique. I've talked about squeezing the muscles and releasing that extra energy in your body that holds all those fears together. It takes the toll of all your fears. I've talked about different ways of dealing with anxiety, and I hope I've added to it by offering the little boogie monster and gratitude part of it as a help. If any of these things have helped you with your anxiety, if I've encouraged you in any way, please like and subscribe so that I can continue to offer you ideas, not just with what to do with your leftover diamonds or how to work with bling or griped and complained about my life. Much more than that, what I really want to do is encourage you. I want to find a way through my fears and anxiety to the other side. I know many of you have mentioned, maybe even in your own videos, that you deal with anxiety and depression too. I think a lot of us crafters do. We're expected to be extroverts in an extrovert world when we're really introverts. Any topic, whole another topic for another day. If you are watching this on your TV, on your online, like through your TV or iPad or whatever it is that you have, to get to the like and subscribe button down there, you go down to the bottom, you click your remote as if you're going down one, like when you search through the menu options, you'll find the bar at the bottom. When you click down, like go down, it will come up with a bar. It looks like a little timeline bar. And what you'll do is then click back up. It won't go directly up to the video. It will go up just a little bit and you'll see 3 dots. Probably down here on this side. You'll see 3 dots. 3 little symbols. 1, 2, 3. The third one that has a couple little dots, click that because that's more. And when that opens up, there's a bunch of different symbols. The one with a thumbs up or thumbs down, that's the like or don't like. Then like 1, 2 more, there's a flag with like a plus sign in the middle of it. Click that and that's your subscribe button. And there's a bell if you want to be notified next time I upload a new video. I would appreciate it. I just want to know. I just want to encourage you and be there to support you as I'm going through my journey too. We can support each other as I'm learning. Oh, so many things we all need encouragement on. And so that's what these WIP and chats are for. Encouragement and chatting and working on our craft together that calms us. Something about making order out of chaos. The chaos of the beads, the chaos of the canvas looking really weird when it comes to you. And then you're creating something beautiful out of bits and pieces that would have just been thrown away otherwise. I love it. I love it, love it. That to me is... Oops, go on now. Need more glue. today I'm not drinking tea. I'm drinking Hint. 0 calories, 0 sweeteners. This one is apple pear and it has 60 milligrams of caffeine. All it is, natural flavors from non-GMO plants, natural caffeine from coffee beans. It is purified water, natural flavors, and natural caffeine from coffee beans. That's it. 0 everything else. And it's 100% recyclable bottle and cap. Hint is vegan and free of sugar, sweeteners, MSG, nuts, soy, gluten, and preservatives. And it's fantastic. I love this stuff. I love the watermelon one the best. This is the apple pear. It's just water with flavoring. Love it, love it, love it. I know I'm not sponsored by Hint. But hey, I wouldn't mind. No, I just love it, and it's good stuff. Good stuff, and I can certainly use the caffeine. So, I'm starting to pack for Arizona. Getting my laundry done. We'll be out there for like 2.5 weeks. And no, where I'm living is not going to be unoccupied, so I'm not worried about people trying to find where I am and knowing how long I'm going to be away, because it's really not my house, it's my mom's house, and there is always somebody here. So I'm looking forward to taking you with me to Arizona. I have to upload the videos I've taken before this. You know, it's really a joy to know that at least a few people are working along with me. That it's a joy to know that I'm not in this alone. You're not in this alone. That's all I want to do, is encourage you. We all have struggles in life. We all have things that make us anxious, things that we're afraid of, things that we don't even know why these things come up. Right? But we're all in this together. Not one of us is free of problems. But first I need to know if you are encouraged by my videos. I mean, just put a few words down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you'd like to. If I've done anything at all that would give you encouragement. I've sent little thank yous out. I've made some cover minders. And I've sent them out to 4 of my favorite YouTubers. And I didn't send them out as like any kind of advertising or anything. I have them on sale on my Etsy shop. I'll advertise to you. I'm ready for number 4. What can I say? When somebody is doing something that encourages you, it's wonderful to encourage them back. And that's why I sent the little gifts to the YouTubers. Not because of advertising it, not because I want people to know about my Etsy shop, which is great, but that's not the full reason. I think when people encourage you, you need to thank them, encourage them in return. So that's why I do what I do. There are not only the bad things, there's so many good things, there's so many blessings in life. And we need to share the blessings. There's no competition. We just share the blessings with each other. Do you know what? I need to find another little baggie. I know I have a baggie of baggies here. Here we go. Baggie of little baggies. See there. And again, what I do is I cut the bag apart and I put the little piece with the number on it in the bag that I will then use that. Oh, put the gems in. Okay, back to start. I'm on number 4. Okay, they're pink. I have number 4s in the tulips as the heart in here. Where else are there 4s? I don't know. I think that's it for the 4s. A little bit of pink. The tulips and the heart card here. I want to finish this today so that the glue can rest. It can get really solid. Then tomorrow or the next day I will polyurethane it because I do want it to seal. I do want to seal it because it'll be used outdoors. So that's what I'll do. And then before I go on break, go to Arizona with hubby, I will give it to Mom. What are you doing with all your diamond paintings? Do you have a place to sell them? Do you hang them all? What ways are you framing yours? What are you doing with all your extras? I'd love to know. I would love to know. I like to see everybody's ideas because it's like, okay, then I have ideas to do with mine. And I'll try one thing for a bit, and then I might use it, and I might try something different until I get to one that I, really, it works for me. I think like one of my next videos, I'm going to put out what I do, how I organize my unused diamonds, because there's been a question on some of the Facebook groups about that. Others have posted theirs. My system is similar to somebody else's. God bless her for sharing. For sharing her ideas. And I like them to nice and neat. I like to be able to hit them by number. And I get in an earlier video I showed you how I hoard my gems, my rhinestones, in special shapes. And let's see. I call it a hoard because that's what that's what others who don't understand this craft call it. You're hoarding all this stuff, why don't you chuck it out? Well, it came in handy for this one. Remember I said that, like I said in my last video using this, that it came with blue special shapes instead of orange, yellow-orange ones for the sunflowers. I was not going to put blue special shapes on orange flowers. It just didn't make any sense. So, yeah. There's that. Yeah. This is going to be so pretty when it's done. So pretty. I'm going to be tempted to keep it myself. I can always get another one sometime. I wonder if these would sell at the craft fairs. I bet they would be nice to raffle off if you had a raffle basket. That would be nice. I want to remind you of the contest that I have. When we reach 100 subscribers, go tell your friends. And I have so much to destash. Good stuff. New stuff. So I want to do a monthly giveaway. But right now I'm going to wait till we have 100 subscribers so that, you know, people have a chance of winning. So if you want a chance to win some goodies, I have diamond painting kits, accessories, storage thingies. I have tools, cover minders, an extra pen by Jim's Handmade Pen Shop. I have a Dreamer Design kit, complete, unopened. I have lots of things, and I'd love to start giving them away. That's another way I can encourage you all in your craft is too. It's like, share the wealth. I'm not wealthy, that's not what I'm saying. But I am told I am hoarding these things. And I don't want to hoard them. I want to share them. I'm not going to use them. Somebody ought to be able to. So if you're interested, sign up below. And I'll let you know what you have to do when we're ready to win. Alrighty. So, what else to talk about today? I have to remember to pack my video camera. That means taking you along. Remember to take maybe an extra flight bag along. My husband is getting me a wheelchair so he can wheel me around the airport. We have a 45-minute layover in Chicago. And you know, with my luck, with our luck, the terminal will be all the way at the other end of the terminal from where we land. And I'll take 45 minutes to get over there. And I don't want to hobble the entire way. So my husband's getting me a wheelchair that he can push me along. So we'll make it, I'm sure. I have to remember the strap lengthener for the seatbelt. You know what, on my bucket list, what I've always wanted to see? I wanted to be up in a plane on the 4th of July in the evening and see the fireworks from above them. I've always had that fantasy. Has anybody ever done that? On purpose or by accident? I'd love to know. Sometimes I feel like I just want to take a flight somewhere on the 4th of July just so I could see the fireworks below, and not because I want to go anywhere. Isn't that crazy? I think it's nuts, but I love it. Alright, number 4, you're finished. I'm moving on to number 3. Okay. It's looking blingy. I like it, I like it, like it. After this one, I will continue with the Snoopy tote bag. Now, I'm fully aware that that's probably not a licensed thing, and I apologize for that. I normally do my best to buy only licensed or public domain items. Wow, this is a lot of yellow ones. A lot. Come on, get out of there. Actually, we're getting down there. 3, 2, 1. 1, I think, is about the biggest because there's a lot of red in this. That has 2 on it already. I'll save that for the next one. It will be a 2. This is what I use my baggies for. When they start splitting at the top, then I throw them out. Alright. Number 3 it is. Okay. What else should we talk about? Let's start back up here. Yeah. Off there. Ah, birdhouse is all number 3, so let's do that. Boom, boom. Yeah. What else should we talk about? The part of Arizona we're going to is near Tucson. We've been there like twice, 2 or 3 times before. I am ever grateful that, you know, I had encouraged my husband at one point. I said, we have to go out and see your parents. We have to. We don't know how long. And some of their health was deteriorating, and I said to my husband, I said, if we don't go now, we're going to regret it. That was a few years ago, and it turns out I was right. I hate to be right about those things, though. But I am so glad we went out. Just so glad. We're gonna have Pop meet his great-grandkids over the internet while we're out there. My mother-in-law was a watercolor artist and a sculptor, stone sculptor, and she loved to paint. She painted a huge painting when she was in Taiwan, I believe it is, or Korea, South Korea, when my father-in-law was still working and had to be stationed out there for a few months for work. And she painted these huge pink flowers in watercolor. It was a really big painting. She used to give away her paintings to to church auctions and other auctions. Oh, in the one in Korea, they were so appreciative of it. I mean, they commissioned her to do it because she was in her room just painting, and they got to know her, and she loved to talk, and as they got to know her, they commissioned her to do this painting, and she did. So now it's hanging in, I wonder if it's still hanging in the hotel in Korea. It would be so cool if it was, wouldn't it? She's won some prizes in jewelry shows. She there is a Native American land out there, and there's a mission, a Catholic mission school, and a lot of them are the Native Americans out there. And she used to teach art. She would come in like once or twice a week and teach art. She had 1 or 2 kids who came, like they were homeschooled or whatever, that came to her for art lessons. And she was a natural encourager too. She really loved to encourage people and talk to people. I was really blessed with the in-laws I have. You know, people complain about theirs, and I feel so bad for them. I mean, my in-laws and I have had our differences and discussions, and, you know, differences of opinion and heartbreaks, but that's human nature. isn't it? That's human nature. We all, nobody's perfect, and I certainly don't expect people to be perfect. I love them anyway. So she wanted to teach me, and at the time my kids were little and I was doing other things, and I really wish I would have learned more about watercolor from her. Just have her teach me whatever she knew. She taught adult night school for the school district up here, watercolor painting. They asked her back for a number of years in a row. I've taught adult night school too, a few times. That was for sewing and tailoring. I could do this as a night school item. I think now that the pandemic has, at least in the United States, is on its way out, I think they'll start up the adult night school again. And it's not much. You don't get paid much, but that's not why you do it. You do it because you love what you do, and you love teaching, and you love encouraging people. So my mother-in-law was an encourager. Everybody talked to her. She looked safe to talk to. Excuse me, my sinus problems again. 'Tis the season. Oops. What else? She and my father-in-law were married over 50 years. We do have another brother-in-law. He will be down from another state for a few days, and we actually do the interment of mother-in-law. She will be greatly missed, not just by me, but by many people. She used to call and talk to my mom. She used to love to talk. Love to talk. And that could be good or bad. But she did. She talked to anybody about anything they wanted. Oh, that's nice. Oops. I noticed as I'm getting older that my adult parents, you become friends with your parents in a way, and your in-laws, that their opinionated streaks don't bother you the way they used to. I mean, you want to see that the adults in your life are right about their advice on everything. But you know what? They're not living your life. They can make you feel guilty for certain things. It can even make you feel guilty for being honest about how you think and feel. I'm not saying that's what happened with my, parents or my in-laws. But it happens with everybody, doesn't it? For a while, even as an adult, you think your parents' opinion is, sometimes, it is right, and you want to believe it and try to think the same way, but especially if you go to college, there's a point where you need to make up your own mind about things. And, the more you're exposed to, the more open-minded I think you get. I could be wrong. As I sometimes am. But that's how I feel currently. Oh, neat. This is a lot of 3. Inside and out. Alright, I'm going to do the inside ones first. But the outside ones don't look so terrifyingly many. Okay. I have too much glue on my brush. Too much glue on my brush. Oh, the butterfly is all yellow as well. This is really going to be hard to give away, guys. This is for divas. I don't like the word guys. That's why I call you divas, because it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, and I'm not trying to use it in a derogatory term. I just think, you know, I don't like the word guys because we're not, most of us are not guys. But just as a term of endearment, you know, I think of divas as being very good at what they do. They may not mind bragging about it. But that's how I feel. I'm learning from all of you, and you too. I'm glad you're learning from me a little bit, or at least feeling encouraged. Okay, so, you know, I don't want this to be hours and hours long. So remember to like and subscribe. Let's get to 100. Invite your friends so I can start giving stuff away. Please, please, please. I'm thankful for every day. I'm thankful that you're here with me. I'm thankful that the sun is shining and it's nice today. And that I have you as a friend. Right? All right. Take care now. Bye.